Alrighty, folks. Welcome back to another session of our Rime of the Frostmaiden and Icewind Dale. I am your Dungeon Master, Dungeon Mister, joined by our wonderful players today. If you guys want to say, hey, you can't.
Hey.
Hey, you can.
Hey.
Unfortunately, we are down in Andros this evening, but story goes on. But before the story goes on, let's talk about how the story went on last time. And then we'll get into what's going to happen today. So, last time, as you had arrived at this Nautiloid crash ship, destroyed its defense system, the horrific flesh golem, you were met face to face with a pint-sized mind flayer who spoke perfect Gnomish, albeit a little slurpy, seeing the pain in Alara not wanting to this confrontation, left it up to the others as to how to proceed. Talking with this little guy, and three more squid-like humanoid creatures looked on. He said they had crashed here, accidentally, while on a research mission, which is how they ended up with Alara, stating they were not the mind flayers responsible for the destruction of her home. Unable to tell fully if they were being honest and not caring either way, it seemed they had a proclivity towards testing on natural subjects. Meeting with a second mind flayer of many proportions, he mentioned the distress beacon and was hoping someone would come and then help them search for a mind crystal, much like the one that you had already for some time. Telling that you all it would reward you all should you assist it in exchange for the mind crystal, as it could help them get out of here, and they just wanted to leave. You reluctantly agreed, as at least it would get rid of them, and the ring in Phineas's head. After a light procedure, the little guy gifted you with plenty of devices and even showed you another experiment that they had been working on after finding it in the snow, almost dead. A human named Hector, from Goodmeat apparently. You quickly took your leave, and with another mouth to feed, you headed out without any pleasantries. Now, with the choice being so close to the towns, you actually learned that Hector was out here himself following what he thought were dark dwarves after hearing rumors around the towns of them. After an encounter with another creature that the mind flayers had let loose, a bullet, you, now with Hector as well, decided to continue your pursuit and find this Dwergar fortress before they could really cause any more real harm. Spending the better part of 2 days among the mountains and cliffs along the spine of the world, you finally saw it. A great fortress of stone along the side of a mountain, obviously dwarven make. And as you started marching up the frigid, narrow stairs to the hopeful entrance, you saw something even more terrifying. From atop the cliffs, a door opened, released a giant metallic dragon which took flight and looked to be headed towards the 10 towns itself. Knowing you wouldn't be able to stop it in time, Andres quickly sent word to several different speakers in a handful of towns, giving warning. And before he could even get word back from them, you would see. Well, you started your march upwards as Andres kind of starts to lightly receive a message from one of the towns. A strong wind blows into his form and quickly converts him into about a 5-inch snowflake, crystalline in form and just floating there.
Fly out and grab it, tuck it into my pouch. So this is what happened to me. Fascinating.
What the hell just happened?
He turned into a snowflake. Something to do with weather, atmosphere. I'm not sure.
Uh, think my headache is coming back.
And there were no negative effects when it happened to me. So I assume it just takes some time. In the meantime, I think I'll study it a little bit. But
Notably,
for
you
your
can
per-
see his frozen form in the reflection of this flake of this icy snowflake, and notably, it's also in the same exact shape as the one Phineas had turned into, and the same one that the rogue who is with you also turned
Terrifying.
into. Yes,
Um,
it's a symbol of
Hector's
aura.
eyes, Hector's eyes will squint, and he's going to send his thoughts to the snowflake.
Falls absent-minded. There are no thoughts to be transferred into it, or rather, there's nothing for it to be transferred to.
He'll frown.
There's actually like multiple in there because there's a snowflake on Andres, and then Andres is a snowflake. It's like multiple dimensions there.
Are we going to proceed upwards, or do we make back for the towns?
I think it will take too long to get to the towns. Probably
We've
just
done all we
continue
can
on.
for the towns.
Well, maybe we can find something in the fortress that will help deal with that thing. Well,
Keep on climbing up the stairs.
and if anyone falls off, scream loudly, and he'll proceed to slowly move up the stairs in a somewhat defensive manner.
All right. As you head up the stairs, your sight of both Spellix Ramwad and the Shield Guardian grow distant as you head up easily 100 feet on this narrow, ice-covered stone stairway along the side of this mountain. And eventually getting to the top of the stairs is a landing, maybe about 10 feet wide. Appears to be the entrance to this fortress. You would see at the end of this walkway is a 10-foot-high double door, featureless stone. An arrow slit facing your direction guards the approach.
Let's proceed forward slowly with Yield in front.
All right. You walk up, approaching this large double door. We're gonna go to the map, because there's map stuff here. As you can kind of make out a little bit of the interior of through the people. Honestly, it shows you too much, but the doorway is to the north of you. Large stone doors. 10 foot high. Each door is 5 foot wide. You can see low coals burning from the inside of the arrow slit, being battered by wind and snow, ice particles. How do you proceed?
Kind of examine, move off to the side a little bit, and kind of examine the doors. Do they appear to have like large rings to pull? Do they have no pulls?
They
Do
would
they
be
appear
large
locked?
stone doors, featureless aside from Yeah, two large iron ring pull handles.
I can't imagine that the door is unguarded.
No, but I don't think they'll open it for us.
Should I try to open one?
Up to you.
Um,
It's not
I'll-
going to open itself.
okay. Grab the ring for this door that I'm in front of and try to slowly open it. Like, don't put tons of force, put enough to just slowly move it.
Okay. As you try to pull on it, feels like there's something sturdy on the other side. Holding it shut, like it is barred from the inside.
It's barred.
Well, I can't do anything about that.
Look up around the doors and around the whole area and see if there appears to be any other way to get in. Because I know Hector ain't gonna fit through that arrow slit.
But he's fitting through the arrow slit.
The arrow slit's maybe like 6 inches wide. Give me a perception check. You try and look about the place, trying to see if you see anything useful or some way to open said door. With the 10, as you look around, icicles dangling down from above, wind blustering, getting snow in your eyes. It's pretty featureless here. Pretty common amongst Dwergar. They're not ones for decoration usually.
And Hector looks like, boy, he wasn't kidding when that headache was coming back. He's going to say, I can see no way in. And he'll look back to the group.
The lever's going to be on the other side of this somehow.
I mean, there is another option.
We can go in loud.
Yes.
It is a heavy stone door.
I mean, magically loud, maybe, but physically loud, unlikely.
We could knock on the door.
Uh,
I mean, it's not a worst plan.
Maybe Malverick's on the other side.
You'll have to explain to me sometime who this person is you keep referring to, but maybe not now. So we are agreed. Knock on the door.
And then what?
We
Can
got
we
lost.
ask him
We
to
got
bring the dragon
lost.
back?
They got lost in the mountains. Chances are they'll probably just try to kill us.
They wanted us dead. We'd already be dead.
That is true. We're not that tough.
There's probably 3 of them on the other side of this wall right now.
I can't sense any mines around, but I don't know if this door might be blocking it.
It's hard to sense thoughts through stone. Not quite sure how I know that, but it is. All right. I suggest everyone take a defensive posture.
Are you knocking on the door or are you hammering the door?
I'm knocking. And then you see Hector put up his Morning Star and pull out his Warhammer. With this,
Well, the arrow slit is probably a weaker structure than the door. If you would like to bang on something.
oh,
I thought we were just gonna get let in. Someone knocks on my door, I open the door and see what they want.
Yes, but you're not a reclusive group of angry Dorgar who have a metal dragon.
and if we bang on the door, chances are one of them will investigate through the arrow slit.
Yeah, probably with arrows too. So we're breaking in through the arrow slit? That's what we're gonna do.
It's easier than breaking in through the 10-foot, 2-foot thick stone doors, most likely, that are reinforced with probably 3-foot stone beams.
Hector's going to move over here and examine the arrow slit. See if he thinks that a hard smack with his Warhammer would expand the opening, or if that would be futile.
Are you proficient
Alright.
with mason's tools?
Am not. Actually, he doesn't have any tool proficiencies.
What was his background?
Guard.
So he gets a gaming set. Gotcha.
And
Give me
yeah,
an
guard.
investigation check as you look over the arrow slit.
Can I give him the help action on the investigation check?
Absolutely. Trying to eye it over with your one eye.
Advantage.
I know geometry.
Yeah. Depth perception's just a little off. With a 15, you think it wouldn't be just one hard swing, but given some time, you might be able to hammer it out. It would take some time, though. Wouldn't be an instantaneous one smash into it.
I think this would take a while, and it would probably be very loud.
And you think banging on the front door would be quicker and quieter?
I think they might answer the front door, and then we would have to deal with them in that manner.
I think a bang is a bang is a bang. But hammer away.
At the arrow slit? Okay.
The hammer is in your hands.
You might want to stand back.
Are you not very good at aiming the hammer?
Well,
Shrapnel.
I wouldn't want just be prepared to move. Hector will very carefully examine the arrow slit one more time. Sort of do the thing where he, tosses the hammer up a little bit and catches it again. Take a swing back. Take his best guess and smash.
As you're kind of taking that swing back and about to pull forward, you would hear some mechanism from within kind of click and clang, a little bit of whirring behind the walls and behind the door. As the front door opens right on up.
Perhaps this stone is thick enough to block mines. Oh. Someone wants to chat.
As the door opens, do I pick anything up?
Give me a perception check. Not a disadvantage, it's regular perception. Trying to peer around.
13.
You don't notice anything. But you do hear more mechanical, like a whinge or something, as there is a large portcullis in this entryway behind it that is slowly opening up into a small, beyond the portcullis, an empty room with a narrow opening at the far end. Looks like an arrow slit on the western wall.
I'll walk in. Kind of slowly.
Hector will quickly run up and get next to Phineas.
Hello? Is anybody there?
As you call out, hello, is anyone there? Does anyone speak Dwarvish?
I do since the rebuild.
In Dwarvish, you would hear someone shout out, "To arms! Intruders!"
So much for the chat.
And we're gonna roll initiative.
I let us in.
Yeah, that doesn't exactly mean intruders. Anyway, we'll think about that later.
We'll think about that later. You scattershot.
Hector's going to kind of do the soccer mom protective arm towards Phineas
Oh, fully accepts it.
and say, be on guard, and I'm going to switch my initiative with Phineas.
Okay. I should have changed your yeah. It'll change your name eventually.
That's fine.
As you do the good old switcheroo with Phineas. You guys all rolled really good. Sev, you are up first.
I only have 3 things. There it is. Never mind. Like I'm missing an initiative number. Am I up first? At 23? Sure.
Well, oh, I see. Oh, it must have had a previous.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I don't know why it still says Hugo there.
It says Hector now.
Fair enough. Oh, I know what I'm seeing.
Oh, that means I'm going first. I didn't want to go first. Oh shit.
Interesting.
He knows you're the magic person.
Yeah, Phineas, you're up first. What are you
Oh
doing?
no. Oh no.
Hearing shouting from inside.
What did Sub say? Is it
Did it-
so much for something?
So much
Mhm.
for a chat.
Oh, I will go over into a corner here, and I will hold the magic wand in front of me, prepared to do a magic missile first level
Okay.
for a bad guy.
That'll take us to Sev.
Well, let's get in the room. 3. And the voice came from the left, basically.
Came from behind the arrow slit.
I'm gonna get in this corner, and the dagger's drawn, hold to attack whatever, basically to try to ambush whatever tries to come through that. There's a doorway, or well, passageway right there.
Gotcha. That'll take us to Alara.
Um, is it dark in here?
It is dimly lit by low burning coals in the corners of the room. Everything is this just kind of low light about. This grim lighting.
How much is that? I forgot to do the math. 25. 40. 15, 45. You get to that. I'm just gonna move over to here.
All right.
Just ready an attack for when I see something. Someone.
What sort of attack are you readying? A bow or a scimitar?
Um, from how far away I'm from anything, I'll say bow.
All right. Getting the bow out, ready to shoot anything that breaks line of sight. That'll take us to Hector.
Hector's going to. Hector's going to move over here. Between the two. Looks like he's looking back and forth between them, like he's ready to just pounce in either direction. And he's going to switch to his Morning Star.
Okay.
Loop the hammer, switch to his Morning Star, and I suppose hold his attack an opportunity of any hostile that gets close enough.
Gotcha.
Because I don't think. Yeah, he's not going to do anything else right now.
I don't know why it has them on. Let me see if that'll do it. If that'll put them back on there. Yeah. All right, I'll do that. I don't know why that one was. Oop. Oh, and now it reset it. Okay. Interesting. Let me fix this initiative thing here. Thinking you got 11. Get finished at 23. That way it'll all show up nice and neat. It was like, I'm looking at two screens, and it's like one has it correctly and the other one doesn't. Weird stuff. That will take us to all of these Dwergar that you just hear shouting and pounding of feet as Alar, you do see some rush by the arrow slit. If you want to shoot there.
Yeah, sure, why not?
All right, they will have 3/4 cover.
Yeah.
You can do that.
Come on, she. Out of the archery. And where's my longbow? There it is.
A 23 does indeed hit one of them. Go and roll me some damage. You get 2 shots, too. 11 points of damage, yeah. Absolutely. You would hear a grunt come from within as you just kind of ping into this arrow slit.
Okay.
A 17 is going to kind of miss as you're just going into the arrow slit is hard to do.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yep.
You would see a couple more start to lead into the hallway, getting big. So they'll do like that. As a few more scamper across the hall to kind of ready themselves. That's really all they can do this turn. One of them,
Phineas's spell go off.
Phineas's spell would go off, exactly, yep. That's when he would first see them.
13 points of damage.
Alright. I will go against the first one that went over, which is over here to the right. But it will take 13 points of damage as you just missile into one of them. Some of them are dashing, others are getting big. You are uncertain exactly what is happening. And Sev, you would also get your shot as well.
I was holding melee.
Oh, gotcha. They do not have that kind of movement. Which will take us to Phineas. Back at the top of the round. Essentially, they're just trying to line things up.
Hi there. We're just trying to talk, but also you're coming at us really aggressive, so we're coming back aggressive. Sorry. And I'll do an acid splash on.
Alright. They both have to make some dexterity saves.
Yeah.
Got an 18 and a 19.
Yeah, both of them save.
As they both kind of separate a little bit as they were kind of in like a, flanking position, shields out front, and war picks at the ready.
That's all for my turn.
That will take us to Sev.
Well, in that case, see if I'm in. I'm not. If I'm here. Oh, there. What is this like? What's this pillar thing in the middle?
It's just kind of too slow. It takes an extra 5 feet of movement to move past it, is all.
Well, is it obstructing me from the angled guy from?
I would say yes, he would have +2 on his AC for cover.
Right, but if I wanted to step in and stab the other guy and then leave, am I provoking 2 attacks or just from?
You would be provoking 2, yeah.
But am I getting cover from the pillar?
I would say from melee, no.
Right, then I will just hop back and switch back to shooting
Okay.
since nobody wanted to play. Now the real question. Yeah, let's show some real force. I'm going to make an attack with this new thing.
Okay, using your fancy new
Yeah,
odd
see how
crossbow.
this thing works.
Give me an investigation check at advantage for the first time using it after remembering those little buttons.
Actual. Okay, yeah, 13 is high enough, so 18.
Okay. With an 18, your shot goes off without a hitch.
Oh, I left advantage on.
You're good. I will take that. 16 just hits. Which one are you shooting at?
Straight shot.
Gotcha.
So the one on the left.
16 will just hit. Go and roll some of that damage. As a beam of light shoots out of this odd crossbow, the bowless crossbow, hitting into this guy for 12 points of radiant damage. This bright sunlight type weapon shoots out. Anything else for Sev?
I'm gonna keep moving to the other side. But yeah.
All right,
That was it.
that'll take us to Alara.
Okay. And takes extra movement to get through.
It's just an
From
extra
that
5
bullet.
feet to get through there, yeah.
Yeah. But I also assume that with them being so big, they can't get through.
That's probably correct.
Great. I'm just going to shoot them.
Okay.
I'll hunter's mark this one.
Okay.
And let's see. Where is there we go.
22 is going to hit.
Nice.
As he'll take 11 plus the d6 for Hunter's Mark.
Oh, yep. Oh, fuck, I'll just do a d6.
Yeah. For 13 points of damage as you strike him like right next to his neck as he kind of clenches real hard and kind of almost buckles to his knees.
Okay. He's not down.
Not down.
I'm gonna shoot him again.
Shoot him again. 24 definitely hits. As
Hunter's mark is
yes. As he drops to the ground, as he drops a little bit, nearly buckling the first shot. Second shot goes straight into the chest, breaking through his armor as he drops down and gets real small.
and okay. All done.
That'll take us to Hector.
As Hector runs away, I reach my hand out.
I'm not going to play that rule.
Come on.
I already kind of discussed it. If you guys play that way, I'm going to make every NPC caster play that way. And it
They
will
have
be
to have a
unfun.
feat. They have to have the feat.
Every caster will take that feat. I think it's too gamey. Because you don't get a tax opportunity against your friends.
Fine.
Did you just try to kill me?
No, so there's
Gonna reaction buff you.
There's a Warcaster. The Warcaster feat lets you take, whenever you can take a reaction, attack, an attack of opportunity against a creature, you can cast a spell that has a touch range.
No, it's a single target spell.
A single target spell, so even better. And so it's theorized that you can cast it against allies as well, because they trigger attacks opportunity, but they don't trigger attacks opportunity.
Left my melee range, but okay.
The DM's put his foot down.
I'm putting my foot down.
I got it.
Hold on, I have to go back now because I lost track of what I was doing. Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
20, 25. Okay. I did take I am considering the extra 5 feet to he'll kind of sideways go through there. And,
As you enter into that space, 2 javelins come shooting towards you,
yay.
getting a 16 and an 11 to hit.
He bats one out of the air with his shield, and the other one just kind of juts into the ground at his feet.
All right.
He will take a strike at the big guy.
All right. Big old strike with the big old weapon.
Spiky thing.
Yeah, big spiky thing on a chain. 23 is going to hit this big guy.
So once again, as he swings, all of a sudden it seems like the Morning Star accelerates.
All right. For 14 points of damage, just kind of hitting him right in the kneecap.
Yeah, I'll take that. And then he'll swing again.
Oh, because you have Savage Attacker.
No, Piercer.
Oh, yeah,
I
gotcha,
wanted to
gotcha.
examine if I could re-roll that, but
Fair enough. Swinging again as you hit this guy right in his kneecap. 23 will also hit.
I'll roll that.
For 8 points of piercing
I'll go
damage.
ahead and re-roll that.
Okay.
Let's see if I made a bad decision. A little bit better.
All right, for 9 points of piercing damage, you kind of strike again into his belly as he gets knocked up against the wall. Anything else for Hector?
He will shout out there are 3 more, and I guess he'll hold his ground.
Oh, I didn't open this door, so there's actually more. You would see more.
Oh.
Those are where the javelins came from.
Ah, there are lots more.
These guys dashed. These guys readied javelins. That'll take us to all their turns. Hector. This big guy is going to swing down with a enlarged war pick, getting a 7 to hit,
Just kind of dance out of the way.
while a secondary large boy comes in with a war pick, also enlarged, trying to strike down, getting a 19 to hit.
That does hit.
He rolled pretty bad, though. 5 points of piercing damage.
Yeah, I'll take that.
You would hear one of them shout out in Dwarvish. Actually, we'll go Undercommon this time. They've got magic. Another one will kind of shout out, well, how did they get in there? As 5 more javelins go shooting towards Hector. Getting a 20, a 10, a 6, a nat 1, and a 7. Wow.
Wow. They were not prepared for this.
Nope.
The 20 would hit.
As you take 7 points of piercing damage.
As the javelin kind of reaches him, all of a sudden it's going to start to slow down.
Okay. How much does it slow down by?
That doesn't work. Hold on, let me try again. Roll. What?
Is it one of your psychic dice?
Yeah. I'm just going to roll. See if this will roll. Wow, I'm just going to have to do it manually.
Yeah.
Just a sec.
Is it a D8?
1d8 plus 3.
All right.
So
Is
how many
all of
points
them-
was that?
It was 7.
So like it comes to a stop and just barely jabs him.
What did you roll?
Oh, a 6.
A 6. Gotcha. I will take your word for it. It hadn't come up yet for me.
Or
Roll20 is not happy with me right now. But that will end all of these guys' turn. As yeah, you just barely. The rest of them just kind of hitting against the walls here, and the big guys kind of getting in the way. That'll take us to Phineas.
All right.
Really poor showing on the Dwargar's turn.
I'm gonna try another acid splash on that. In between the two. again.
Okay.
Deck saves.
Got a 10 and a 5 this time.
Ooh, this time they take 6 points of acid damage.
As the big guy here kind of melts, it kind of splashes into his face. You would hear low grumbles and groans. Not quite screams. They're too dwarvish for screams. As he shrinks down. And falls dead.
And that's what I got for my turn.
As Sev is going to get the 1 buff from Patch. So Sev, you have +1 to every single roll for the next minute. Thanks, Patch.
yeah.
Yeah.
Get 'em.
I don't have a thing for that.
Oh no.
Oh.
I can try to make you one real quick.
Anything I do +1, I can remember. It's going to be handy because I'm having to make extra checks.
You might have one now. But Sev, that will take us to your turn. Unless Phineas wanted to move at all.
If I wanted to move, I would go just right behind Alara.
Okay.
Power behind her just a little bit.
Sev, what you doing?
I'm gonna
Powered
move
by the
over.
wand.
No, move over so I have a straight shot
Okay.
and keep playing with my new toy.
Play with that new toy. Give me
Yes,
another
go.
investigation check. This one is not at advantage.
Oh, this one is not at advantage. Automatic. It is reliable.
So what is your minimum?
15.
14 or 15 now.
I will still need...
15 was all I got.
Your attack will be at disadvantage. As you try and shoot it, it kind of whirs up wrong, and the timing is just a little off.
18.
18's still going to hit. So no
But
sneak attack. But you do hit him.
Oh, I didn't uncheck sneak attack.
You're good. Still
This is how to
for...
save
Yeah. Still for 6, 8, 11
Uh.
points of damage. As it starts shooting into this guy's beard. He doesn't seem worried about it for a second. And then it just kind of starts erupting, disintegrating his entire body.
Just gonna shake the thing. What's that?
Yeah, Seville here in his head. Oh shit.
We'll just remove that body. Anything else for Sev?
I'll move back to the opposite corner, or well, opposite side.
All right. That'll take us to Alara.
Okay. Move forward a wee bit. Oh look, there's more. Love that for us. That's fine. I like the hut. Switch my hunter's mark over to that one, please.
Okay. And these guys will have a little bit of cover from you because of that central
Sweet.
column.
Yeah.
As you mark this guy up.
It's actually trying. Let me get out my little measure. So that was like 5 feet.
Yeah.
5 feet.
10 feet.
5. So if I move from there, it's 15. Double through that, so it's 20. No, too far away. Okay, I'll just shoot them this one.
Alrighty.
Again.
Shoot away.
Come on, Shade Blade. There you go. Make sure I've got everything ticked. Yep.
22 hits for sure. For 12 points of damage. And again, you would hear that low grunt. Blood splatters into the hallway.
Okay, next one.
19 just hits. For 6 more points of damage. It kind of just kind of nicks his shoulder. But he's hurt. Anything else for Lara?
No, I'm good.
I'll take us to Hector.
Would it take any sort of extra action to kick one of those doors closed?
Nah, you can just go up and kick one closed, that's fine.
Yeah. Hector's going to run through this door and kick it closed.
Okay.
And he'll grin at these two. And he's going to strike at that one.
Alrighty. As you all would just see Hector disappear down the hall.
Uh,
10 is going to be a miss. As you
then
try and
you
swing, they both instinctively kind of phalanx formation. Shields
and
together.
then he'll follow through with an uppercut swing on the same one.
Alright. Whirling the Morning Star around.
Yeesh.
10 is also going to be a miss as you hear clanging of metal from down the hall, the rest of you guys. Anything else for Hector?
No.
Alright. That will take us to these Dwergar. As one of them kind of runs around you to flank you. And they are both going to try and stab their war picks into you. Getting an 8 and a 15 to hit.
He'll do the old block one with the shield, turn around, pivot, and knock the other one before it even hits the shield.
Alright, just kind of slamming its pickaxe into the wall there. The other three kind of running down here will start to charge in. They can just get right there. See, that guy can move further. That guy's just going to stay there. Actually, he'll stay there. So
He's dead.
no, he's got the mark of the hunter's
Hunter's
mark.
mark.
Mark of the hunter on him. As they both swinging their war picks towards Alara. Getting a 20 and a 6 to hit.
20 hits.
As you take 7 points of piercing damage. This guy will try and shoot a javelin. Throw a javelin towards Severage. Getting a 20 to hit.
That will, in fact, hit.
As you also take 7 points of piercing damage. The javelin just kind of strikes into your shin.
I'll take 3.
As you take 3 points of damage. At which point,
It's uncanny.
it's uncanny. Does a 22 hit Phineas?
Yeah.
As a really, really big boy. Oh, these are multi-sided? That's interesting. Yeah. As a really, really big boy strikes down at you. Really bad damage for these enlarged guys. 6 points of piercing damage to Phineas.
Get in here.
He was invisible.
I would have heard him coming. That's why it didn't hurt so much.
I would think among all of the stuff happening, you wouldn't hear this one person's thoughts. But that will take us to your turn, Phineas, as he just mumbles something to you. Sev, you would kind of hear him say, "How'd you get in?" That'll take us to your turn, Phineas.
Cool. I will stick my wand right on this dude's belly and cast a witch bolt.
Okay. At disadvantage.
That's disadvantage.
It's already disadvantage anyways.
I will do it at a second level.
Okay. A 13 is going to be a miss.
Man. Well, that's all I got.
As the electricity whirs around him, just smiles at you. You missed. You would say that in common. But he doesn't realize the electricity is still whirring around him. We'll take us to Sev.
Well, surprise. This big guy just appeared behind me. I will I will swap to melee and try to draw the attention off of Phineas by attacking this man.
All right.
Did I turn that off? Yes. Dagger strike.
24 going to hit.
Phineas counts.
Nice.
Damage. Please.
That sweet, sweet sneak attack.
Come on.
I noticed, and roll one more d6 for you.
For me?
Right, your sneak attack should have gone up one more.
Yes. Did I forget? I forgot to do that. I did everything else when I leveled up. And a little bit more.
That's a little bit more for
Oh.
23 points of damage.
I did it in the text, but I forgot to do it somewhere else. Because when I open it up, it says 46. But it doesn't roll 46.
Interesting. I'll play around with that afterwards.
Yep.
But yeah, stabbing him in his femoral artery. Right, that's the leg one.
Yes, femur.
As blood just starts pouring out, he drops to one knee for a brief second and stands back up. Anything else for Sev?
I'm gonna move over. It doesn't do anything mechanically, but I'm gonna get over here and try to get between him and Phineas. But
All right. That will take us
that'll
to
do it.
Alara. As your hunter's quarry ran up to try and stab you, only to do superficial damage.
I just look at him and it's like, really? And I'm going to pull out my blades and start slicing.
Slicing and dicing.
A short sword is my normal one.
Yeah, short sword's the Vix. 19's gonna hit.
Oh. Okay.
He's marked up for 11 points of damage as you just stab into it, breaking through his rusty armor. I think they all have scale mail. Blood spurts out as he gurgles and spits up blood, making his beard turn red instantly, and he slumps over to the ground.
Hunter's Mark changed to the one above him.
All
as a
right.
bonus action.
Yeah.
And then going to another short sword.
Alrighty.
attack.
Yes. Yes, that will do it.
Delicious.
For roll another d6 because it doesn't. I don't know why it doesn't do the crit for the. I'll look into that for the hunter's mark.
Oh.
There you go for 23 points of damage. As he's still standing.
I'm so happy. And scimitar.
As you get him like right in the clavicle, slash around with your scimitar at advantage. 23 will also hit for 10 points of damage. As you finish cutting into his neck, gurgling blood, falls down dead. Anything else for Alara?
No, I just turn around to the big guy.
As he looks furious that he just got stabbed in the back of his leg, following Sev around. That'll take us to Hector inside with 2 guys either side.
Hector will snarl and continue to attack the one right here,
All right, to the north.
the north.
Swinging that big old morning star. That makes up for the 10s last time. 27 will indeed hit.
Nah. Now, do I click damage or crit damage? Crit damage.
You know what? Let's pause here and talk about something. I've been thinking about the crit damage thing. The crunchy crits.
Oh.
So, because there's no way to do it on the new character sheet, this has made me think. What if you just roll the damage twice, including bonuses?
Okay.
So rolling, how does there? So you would just hit the damage button twice instead of hitting that crit
Never
damage.
click. Don't click the crit. I mean,
Yeah, don't
that's
click
the
the.
same as hitting the damage button once and just adding 6 or 8, which is what we have been doing.
So
Just never use the crit damage button.
True. It would just be for the ease of not having to do math. You just roll the damage twice,
And then add them together.
and then add them together.
It don't matter to me. I don't crit.
I mean, that's potentially this is to our advantage, right? If I'm
Yes.
thinking about
Yes.
this right.
It is,
I mean, let's
because
give
your
it a try.
mods twice is a big deal.
Mm-hmm. For 17.
I'm
Points of
going to
damage.
re-roll that second one if you
All
don't
right.
mind.
Does it let you pick and choose? It'll take 17 points of damage. As
Yeah,
you,
either way,
you
we can look at
slam
that
into that guy's face. He's still up, his beard protecting him just enough.
We would have done 18 points of damage if we were doing the old one.
It's true.
Yeah.
But
Okay. And then just pull back and smash down on him
big
again.
numbers to add.
All right.
$16.
16 hits.
8
Or
points
8.
of damage.
As he kind of starts bleeding, looks up at you, ready to strike, and you just slam down, breaking his jaw off as he falls to the ground.
Spin around and look at the other one and go, "You're next." That's it.
That'll take us to the other one. As he turns invisible, you hear laughter coming from within this hallway. Down here, this guy will look, throw a javelin at Severage, getting an 18 to hit.
That will hit.
Does Seth have any plus to his AC because of the beam?
Yeah, +2.
You said 18?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that still hits.
You take 4 points of piercing damage.
I will take 4 points of piercing damage.
As the big guy, no longer focusing on Phineas, turns towards Sev, tries to slam down with his big war pick, getting a 14 to hit.
That will miss.
Big guys just can't do shit.
He took 2 extra points of damage. He did 2 points of damage.
That's true. This guy will start running down the hall. That'll take us to Phineas.
That's rude to sneak up on people. I'm gonna cast a mind sliver on him.
On this guy?
Intelligence save. Yeah.
Don't forget you can just flash the lightning damage.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that at the same time.
Okay.
That's a bonus action.
You will make a big old intelligence save as you start talking to him. You got a 7.
Nope. So he'll take 6 points.
As he takes that 6 points of damage, you would see his eyes just roll back into his head as he slumps down on the ground, slowly shrinking.
You get them all?
You would hear footsteps and clanging coming from down the hall.
That's my turn. I'll go up by Laura a little bit.
Alright, that'll take us to Sev.
Someone let us in. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a guy.
He is running down the hall.
I'm quick, so where is... This is the end of my movement.
Yeah, catch up to him.
And I will leap on him and stab him in the back.
Alright, give me a big old stab in the back. 26 is a big old stab. For 5 points of damage.
Minimum points of damage.
He'll still take it. He's trail of blood that he's already taken. He's taking some damage and he's hurt still. Anything else for Sev?
I'm going to use my bonus action to dash. And I'm just going to try to cut him off.
Okay. Going around the corner, you can see doors to the north here. Hallway continues on and an open room to the south. That'll take us to Alara.
Okay. Am I able to just get out here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Step over the bodies that I have named. And so how much that would have been like 10 feet of movement because of the double difficult terrain?
Yeah.
I can get, yeah.
I didn't
Bonus
double
action,
that.
transfer my hunter's mark over to this fellow.
Okay.
But
You had dash, so you could have made it.
yeah, I had dash, so I can still do everything I did.
And short sword. Come on. Short sword.
As he kind of stops in his track as Seb's range from 27 will hit. Well, 25 will hit. It's not advantage, but still.
Okay. And
For 10 points of damage as he quickly stops. You just... Sev, as you stop standing in front of him, sword just goes straight through the chest, and you see Alara behind him as he falls down.
okay. I guess I just yell out to Hector. Frank, are you finished?
Does Hector respond? You hear a call from down the hall.
And you'll hear Hector say, "One of the damn things turned invisible."
Fuck.
Which will... Anything else for Alara?
End of turn.
That'll take us to Hector.
Oh, now when it turned invisible, did I hear
You heard footsteps.
footsteps?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Hector will Hector will take the dodge action,
Okay.
or in his case, probably the hold my shield in the way action. And he will step back, step through here, and kick the door closed.
Okay.
And then he'll move up. Oh, I can't count. 5, 10, 15. I'm used to having a lot more movement than this. And he'll move up the hallway,
All right.
and he'll say, one of the little bastards got away. And he's sort of going to keep an eye back on the doors to see if they open.
All right. They do not. In fact, we're going to hop out of combat here. That one's gone. But with a small set of dwarves, well, a large set, defeated, bodies scattering the halls, what are you doing?
I would like to head south into this room, which I assume is... Yes, it is the room I thought it was.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Coming into the southern room, you would notice that this room is heated and illuminated by braziers of glowing hot coals around. Visible on the west wall here, an arrow slit, an iron lever, and a heavy iron winch. You would see a floor-to-ceiling iron cage in the middle of the room containing an elevator shaft with chains running up and down away from it. Chains are in constant motion, and you hear loud mechanical noises higher up the shaft and farther down as well. A double door embedded into the middle of the eastern wall here. Air enters the room through a row of 4 arrow slits to the south, overlooking where you entered.
I run up the hallway and bring Detect Thoughts back up. Nobody in range.
Nobody in range. Long hallway going down pretty far, and doors to the north, doors along the hall as well.
What did we just walk into?
Probably a mess.
Does this lever look like it operates the door or the elevator?
Over here by the window slit is the lever and that heavy winch. The lever is in the down position, and the winch seems to be open. And they're both against this wall here next to, kind of theoretically, that would be the doors that you came into.
Somebody is watching us from here.
Somebody let us in.
That's not creepy at all.
Is this the top floor of the elevator, or does it go up higher?
It goes up higher, and it goes down. Chains constantly moving.
Huh.
Everything's low lit by lightly burning coals.
All right, so working theory, whoever let us in quickly hopped on an elevator, went either up or down. Why not stick around?
Question is,
And
why
what
did they let us
went
in?
What's their motive?
So do we try and pick a direction and explore a little bit more up here?
Did the dragon come out of the top or the bottom of this place?
Top.
You see, we go up.
Well, I guess we know the dragon's away this time. We won't be back for a while. Might have some cool stuff.
And just find out what it is exactly.
And the cage door is on the opposite side. You can kind of see into it.
Well,
So the elevator is here. We don't have to call the elevator.
It is constantly running, and as you're kind of waiting for a moment, it
Perpetual elevator.
arrives and stops for a moment on this floor.
And
Was
is it always
Yeah.
moving up or always moving down?
Seems to it came from below, and now you're not
This
sure
one's
where it's going
going
next. It seems like it's going up again.
oh, come on.
Up.
Let's go up.
You'll hop onto it.
Yeah.
Squeeze onto the elevator.
You can open the window. As you all hop onto this elevator. Entering the cage. It sits there for about a minute. Okay. Doing some jumping here. Ascending this elevator shaft would take about 30 seconds to go all the way up. Deposits you in the middle of a large room with machinery filling the eastern half. You do see a pair of Dwergar. Where'd everybody go? There you are. You gotta move you around. A pair of Dwergar here. One stands in front of a double door in the north wall, and another is in the southeast corner next to a lever that juts out of the eastern wall. Braziers heaped with hot coals do little to offset the cold air that blows in through the arrow slits in the south wall here. I'm gonna bring you guys up here. As the Dwergar immediately rush towards you. Actually, one of them rushes to open up some doors. Actually, he is going to double check. Yeah, he's going to rush towards you guys. So we're going to roll initiative.
It looks like Seb fell down the elevator shaft.
Nah, he was just under you.
There he is. Okay. Sorry, man. I didn't mean to step on you.
We're going to roll initiative.
I'm on the character sheet there. Ooh.
As they both immediately look towards people arriving in the elevator and just rush with. One of them has a javelin behind the machinery here, and the other pulls out a war pick. As for some reason it's not showing up Hector's initiative in there.
I see it in the turn order.
That's interesting.
I have a 22.
You do. Like I saw you see the roll.
Yeah.
It's weird it just doesn't show up in my turn order. Hector, you are up first. Unless you want to do some shenanigans for switching.
No, not this time. Seeing this Dwergar kind of obviously react rather violently.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Run up to him and kind of growl at him and smashy.
Okay. Running up and doing some smashing.
26
A 26 will definitely hit him.
for 11 points of damage.
He will take 11 points of damage.
And then follow through using it like a baseball bat. Well, one-handed.
Spinning it around.
27 critical.
That will hit.
We just roll in damage twice.
Roll the damage twice. Just to keep it things simple.
8 and 6. I'm going to re-roll the 6 if we're allowing that.
Yeah. It's part of you took a feat for it.
Ooh, that changed that to 12. So total of 20 points of damage.
Yeah, as you just knock his jaw right off and like slamming him into the wall there, into the door. Anything else for Hector?
Hector's going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He's going to run. Well, he's not going to get on the elevator. Well, yeah, he'll run back to the group. His morning star dripping in blood, and he'll say, "I got him."
All right. As you run back to the group, are you hopping back on the elevator?
Actually, though,
Or are you just turning towards him?
Let me, if you don't mind, retcon that a little bit. He'll come right here. Not on the elevator, but just running back up to the group and say, "I got him."
I don't know where here is, but
He's
it's
right north of, just directly north of Seth.
okay. That'll take us to. You guys love to see it. Surprise guest number 1 and surprise guest number 2 as 2 doors open, revealing 2 mechanical looking. Let's see if they have art for this. They do. A somewhat alive, somewhat dead, uncertain, half automaton, half Dwergar creature. It looks like this. 2 of them opening the doors
Those things.
and start charging towards you guys, letting out just this low, raising their claws at snapping, and hammer arm just kind of pounding down every moment. As we'll get back to that music as they charge forward. They're gonna go for. They're gonna go up here. Towards the person that's out of the cage. And just do what they do. Now all those rolls are coming in. They are going to try to claw and hammer. Getting an 11 and a 9 is the first one. Just like you can obviously see its mechanical movements. Yeah, you got this figured out.
Yeah, Hector's saying, "Oh crap," and hitting it with his shield.
The other one got an 8 with its claw trying to grapple out, and then the hammer got a 23 pounding down.
The hammer will hit.
As you take 12 points of bludgeoning damage. Which will end their turn. Taking us to Phineas. Seeing these 2 Dwergar engines surge towards Your
I'll
ally.
step out of the elevator. I
Mm-hmm.
how's all that metal? How's it like the lightning? And I'll that came out so bad. I cast a witch bolt. Do a second level again.
All right. At.
This first one here.
Okay.
Advantage.
As you hit with it, it doesn't hit, obviously, but that electricity whirs around. Not whirs, sparks around.
Yep. That is gonna be it for my turn.
There's a lightning bolt. Yeah, he's got lightning or sparking around. That will take us to Alara.
Okay. Let's see. Hunter's mark, if I may, please.
Absolutely. Which one you hunters marking?
We'll go with this guy.
Alrighty.
Go. And I'll start once my character sheet is loaded.
Alright.
I'll start slashing.
Start slashing. And actually,
For shame.
yeah, a 10 is going to be a miss. As you go in for a second attack,
Better.
he's going to give you disadvantage as you hear this Dwergar scream out in pain. So roll again. 22
Oh.
still hits. You deal an extra 1d10 points of damage.
Okay.
As this, you would see that kind of, that thing on top of its head just pincer down into the Dwergar's skull. Roll an extra d10 for 18 points of damage. As it screams out in pain, its hammer arm and its claw arm lash out immediately towards you. Getting an 11 to hit with its claw, trying to reach out and grab you. And the hammer just whirring, getting an 8 to hit.
Both miss.
Has an interesting
Okay.
reaction here.
Yeah. Interesting indeed. And I'll just nick with scimitar.
Alright. 18 will hit. Takes 13 points of damage. As you can see, blood, metal just kind of wrecked. This thing's slowing down, but it's still active and in pain. Anything else for Alara?
No, I just stare a little bit bewildered at him.
Okay.
Like, why the fuck did you hurt yourself?
To try and hurt you. That will take us to the Dwergar in the corner here. Runs up, throws a javelin at Phineas. Getting a big old 7 to hit. As just kind of frightened, just chucks it, and you just see him coming and just flap your wings, avoiding it easily. Which will take us to Sev.
No, that guy was aggressive. You guys got that. I'm gonna step this way next to Phineas, or in front of Phineas, I suppose.
Are you disengaging?
I'm not doing anything else with my bonus. That's what I might as well, since I'm not.
Okay.
I don't have anything else to do with my bonus action.
Rolling away from this guy.
And then I will shoot the guy who just attacked Phineas.
All right. As he's about to pull out a war pick with a nat 1. Arrow just strikes under his boot and slides under it as he kind of catches it with his boot.
Lame. Yep, I'm just gonna stay between him and Phineas.
All right. That'll take us to Hector.
Hector's going to take a swing at this guy in front of him.
All right, the one that you see like little bits of electricity surging around him.
Yeah. Getting a 19
19 hits.
for
Take-
10 points of damage.
He'll take 10 points of damage as you crunch into the metal. It's pieced together. It's not super sturdy.
And then swing up and smack it in the crotch.
He's going to give you disadvantage on the attack as he screams out in pain.
$15.
15 is going to be a miss. It just kind of throws you off in that brief moment. Weren't expecting it.
I just say, oh shit. And that is it.
All right. It's going to take us to these two hammers. We'll go with the one up here against Alara. Trying to... Yes.
Hector's going to kind of lean forward and try to hit the hammer that comes down on her with his shield and impose disadvantage on it.
Okay. I got a 15 to hit.
Just hits.
Damn.
All right. As you take 4 points of bludgeoning damage, just kind of, it's not meant for like, it's just meant for grabbing objects and moving them around. And it's going to try to swing down with its hammer. Getting a nat frickin' 20.
Actually, that would also be at disadvantage.
It gives the creature disadvantage.
It says you impose disadvantage on the triggering attack roll and all other attack rolls against the target until the start of your next turn if you remain within 5
Nice.
feet of the
Okay.
target.
Okay. Dope. So
yeah,
that will
I didn't
actually
know
be a
that.
23 to hit instead of a 26. So not a crit, but it's still going to hit for 14
I
points of
tried.
bludgeoning damage. As it slams down kind of into your arm, trying to disarm you. The other one still turning towards Hector, is going to try to do the same. Going with its claw first. Getting an 8 to hit.
My shield comes back in time to barely stop it.
And as you kind of block it, hammers down into your thigh, getting a 19 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
As you take 12 points of bludgeoning damage.
Ooh.
As they're just groaning in pain. That'll take us to Phineas.
Alright. Guess we can start with this time then. Take some lightning damage.
It'll take 5 points of lightning damage as it just sizzles around, arcing around the armor encasing that is on this creature.
And then I will mind sliver him as well.
Okay.
Intelligence save.
Got a nat 20.
Damn.
It's 17.
That's Phineas's turn.
All right. Taking us to Alara.
Okay.
He is going to impose
Not safe.
disadvantage on your first attack as he screams out in pain.
Uh-huh. Let's see. Disadvantage. Do.
10 is going to be a miss.
Far out.
It's just this screaming out towards you.
Does it also disadvantage my second attack?
It is
Or is it
just
the first
the first attack.
Okay. automatic.
.26 is going to hit him.
And I'm gonna use Dreadful Strike with that as well.
Absolutely. Hunter's Mark and Dreadful Strike for 16 points of damage. As he's screaming out, you just kind of stab into his neck. Gurgles out as the machine whirs and hammers for a brief moment as it just kind of powers down as it grows silent. Anything else for Alara?
Yeah, Hunter's Mark, the one below it,
All right.
as bonus action, and then use my scimitar to nick.
It will also
Find
scream
my
out.
disadvantage.
Yep. .13's gonna be a miss. It just this unnerving, groaning scream. That it for Alara.
Yeah, that's it.
That'll take us this Dwergar down in the corner here, runs up to Sev, and tries to slam in with his war pick,
Rude.
getting an 8 to hit,
8 will not hit.
ending his turn.
I will tumble away,
All right, as you roll away, that'll take us to your turn.
and I will roll back up and bonus action steady aim, and I will shoot him.
All right. What are you shooting him with?
Oh, crossbow.
Okay. A 23 gonna hit with that sneaky sneak attack.
It's a big one. 19 points of damage.
It will take 19 points of damage, straight gut shot. Bowls over a little bit. He's still up, but winded.
That is my turn.
Taking us to Hector.
Hector's going to take a deep breath and second wind.
Okay.
Ugh, that's terrible.
Well, 2 plus it didn't actually add your full fire level. You rolled a 4. It only added
So
1, so
2
you'll get
plus-
11. Because
Wait.
the 4 came first.
Okay. And then, using his tactical shift, he'll immediately move around and get over here. So he can flank it.
Gotcha. And +2 to your attack. I gotta
Sure,
give you.
shoot.
I don't have a thing for you. We'll just remember it.
Okay, we'll just add +2. All right, he will take a swing at it.
Taking a swing.
Trying to hit it head.
Gotcha. Yeah, a 20 is gonna bonk it on the head real good. As it takes 12 points of damage right onto its brain area. Its arms lash out. Gonna take 1 swing against Alara and 1 swing against you.
And it would be at disadvantage, right? Because I sapped it last turn.
Yes. You sapped it just now.
Yeah.
So
Reset.
its first attack will be at disadvantage. Claw out towards Alara, getting a 9 to hit.
Yes.
And then swings around with its hammer towards Hector, getting an 11 to hit.
Hector just bats it with his shield.
And anything else for Hector?
No, that will be all.
Alrighty then. Did you already take... You got another attack. That was only 1 attack.
Oh, was it?
Mhm.
I thought, oh, yes, thank you. He'll follow through and swing around again.
Swinging again. That's the one downside to interrupting turns with reaction stuff. Yeah, that's gonna frickin' hit.
Well, let me check how many. Yeah, I'm not yet. Okay. 10 and
Yeah.
8.
For 18 points of damage as you just kind of slam into its head. It kind of smashes down into the machine as it spins around for a moment and tumbles over onto its side. A loud crash of metal. Anything else for Hector?
Nope.
That'll take us to Phineas.
Phineas will turn toward this last remaining guy. You sure you don't want to just give up? Any reaction at all?
You can, if you want to use your action to give me a persuasion check.
I just want to see if he's like thinking about it at all.
He is
If
not. He's pissed off.
All right, then I will mind spike him.
All right. Is Mind Spike an intelligence save too?
Or mind sliver.
Mind Sliver, okay. Got a big old 7.
Fails. 4 points.
4
Psychic
points will do it. As he's just like furious at Sev rolling back and shooting with a crossbow, he just kind of starts charging. As he does, he just falls over onto his face. And we'll hop out of combat.
You should have given up.
And as we hop out of combat here, we'll go ahead and take our little 5-10 minute break as we are in the upper areas of the Dwarven Fortress. So stick around, folks. We'll be back here in a few as we explore further into this cold place. We'll be back. Alrighty, folks, we are back in it, and last we left, entering into this Dwergar fortress along the mountainside, finding, well, several Dwergar, and taking an elevator up, found some large mechanism and other Dwergar within, killing them, finding 2 more half, like the suit of armor that they've been forced into, engines of pain, essentially, hammering and clawing out, dismantling them on the upper areas. And you can see this is where the top of the elevator goes, chain whirring around the top of the ceiling in here, which is about 15 feet tall, going back down. And then you can see some of the mechanism nearby is for that, but there's much larger gears around the area. And doors to the north, doors to the east have been opened up, which is where those hammerers kind of stayed in stasis. That's what they're called, as hammerers.
What is this giant mechanism?
It is a giant mechanism. You can see a lever on the wall near where the other guy was standing in the corner. You are unsure what the mechanism is for.
Can I go and try and figure out what the lever is going to do?
Sure. Go over to the lever, looking at the mechanisms. Give me an investigation check.
27.
With a
Natural 20.
with a 27.
Nice.
You remember part of the mountain opening up to release the dragon, like where it came from. It seemed like a pair of doors, large doors. If anything, this could open up a pair of doors that big.
So this one's not for the elevator.
Are
Elevators,
those doors open?
they are in the shut position at the moment.
Let's leave them that way.
Thinking
Okay.
back to seeing that dragon, it was almost metallic, correct?
Yep. Almost crystalline, almost metallic, yeah. Absolutely.
Hmm. Hector's going to kind of look down at the zombified hammerers and kind of wonder, if something similar wasn't done there.
Give me a Arcana check.
Well, maybe not.
With a 5, you're uncertain what happened here. It's honestly closest thing it reminds you of is to the glimpses of memories you have from the Illithid time you spent with the Illithids, but this is on a much different scale.
Okay.
But you're unsure if it relates to the dragon. There is a hallway that looks like it wraps around to the north here, where Sev is looking, and Alara wanting to peek through the doors, I think.
Hector will follow Sev's lead. He seems very competent at this so far.
He's the most confident one we've got. Reliable.
All right. Heading up to the hallway, it bends
The
around.
corner.
Yeah, as you look around the corner, it's a long, wide hallway. Nothing really ornamental about it. It's just a long hall. Occasional braziers of coal lining the place. But it's not like they're kind of like little shelves of braziers along. Everything in here is dimly lit, and there is actually a haze of there's a scent of smoke that you can lightly smell. But no sign of smoke in here.
Is it warm in here?
In here, no. It's cold.
Then I don't know.
There's the occasional, the braziers do provide a semblance of warmth, but
Yeah,
it's not,
like
you're not getting like the complete outside cold
I'm
from here.
smelling smoke, but
Mm-hmm.
not seeing fire.
Correct. Bending around, the corner descends or turns to the south, facing what looks to be, you can see another elevator shaft.
Symmetrical.
Kind of looking into this room. This, you would see a Dwergar standing in the southwest corner next to a lever that juts out of the western wall. Braziers heaped with hot coals do little to offset the cold air. It's identical to the other room, except for that there is a Dwergar in the corner who doesn't seem to see you at first.
Yeah. Freeze.
You would see him kind of glancing out the arrow slit.
Mm.
The elevator looks like it is not in place at the moment. Currently, the gear is spinning, chain, everything. It's noisy in this space.
But we have to go around to get to him.
So, what are you doing? You all freeze as you see this Dwergar in the corner, just kind of looking out the window, shivering slightly from the wind blowing in.
Oh. How obstructed is the view from here? Do I need to get around the corner?
He would have pretty heavy cover.
That's what I figured.
Which is a big reason why he hasn't seen you. So, how do you proceed, if at all? Or you just back away? You tell me.
You know what? I'm gonna reach in my pocket and pull out a copper piece. And I'm gonna throw it towards this other corner.
Okay. Give me a deception check.
Minimum 11. I'll take an 11.
Which will turn to... It turned 11, I gotcha. 9 plus 2. With an 11... He turns for a second and then looks towards you guys. Eyes lock between the gears. Who the fuck are you? Immediately grows big.
You speak common?
I speak little common. Who the fuck are you and what are you doing here?
What are we doing here? I don't know. Somebody let us in the front door.
Who? Who let you in?
Hello.
I'd like to find out
Someone.
myself. Why would someone let us in?
I can think of a number of reasons why somebody would let you in. But I do not know the reason you have been let in.
What are some of these reasons? Why would they let strangers in the front door?
I do not need to explain myself to you. Or my reasons.
Kind of hoping you would, though.
You give me reasons. I ask questions here. How many are you?
I can't count very well.
Give me a deception check.
It's only half a deception.
Yeah, I know.
Natural 20?
Ugh.
Counting's not really my strong suit.
What is your purpose?
Just released the dragon on the towns. What was its purpose?
Destruction.
Yeah. I can't really let that keep happening.
It only needs to happen once.
Well, I can't stop it from already happening, but I guess we're here to stop it from ever happening again.
You cannot stop the inevitable.
Hector will telepathically send to Phineas. Can you read his thoughts?
Too far away.
Perhaps it's not as inevitable as you think.
So you tried to stop a dragon made of Charlatan.
To protect the towns? I guess we're gonna stop a god herself.
What god? Gods do not matter. This is a place of dwarves.
Oh, yes. Your business is little compared to what else is going on around here.
Our business is our own. I suggest you walk away.
See, I was gonna advise you the same thing.
You have given me no good reason to walk away.
No, but I am giving you a chance.
Give me an intimidation check.
Sure. Where that's in the eyes. Oh, the one I'm not trained in, so it's an actual 5. Why am I not trained in that?
He spits on the ground. I do
I
not
was
know.
trained in. I miss it. Probably rebuilt. Probably. Oh well.
If you have been let in, go see the Lady Musgart. You should not be on these upper levels. Grinding of gears kind of throughout this whole conversation.
Where can we find this lady?
The mistress is in the middle level. Do not take this elevator. And he'll kind of step out and around just a little bit, so he has better line of sight. She may have use for you.
You think it was her who let us in?
She does not leave her room often. Resides over the cooking. And ale, of course.
Yeah, well, back to the middle level, I suppose.
As he sees all of you. See him do some mental math. Put his hand out for. Okay. And just kind of waits for you to leave. Still a hand on his... One hand would be on a javelin on his side, ready to just kind of throw it underhanded.
What do you think?
Worth investigating.
I am not the one you should be speaking to, surfacer.
Surface thoughts. Is he is he being truthful with us, or not trying to hide anything?
Surface thoughts is, I don't know who the fuck these people are. And I don't care.
He didn't attack on sight. I don't know what that was about.
Yeah. Well, why is that? Everybody else has just attacked us on sight. Why haven't you?
Did you not listen to me, Birdman? Go now, before I change my mind. I am not the one you should be talking to.
I don't like that attitude, but okay.
Hector will step back, and if the others are stepping back, he will wait there until everyone's moved past him.
I'll walk away. I don't turn my back to him, but I back up.
And he will definitely not turn his back to you guys.
Okay. To find the lady, I suppose.
As you finally exit, heading back to the other room. I'll just move you guys down there.
Is there an elevator?
The elevator would be gone for a little bit, but you can bring it back. Or it'll come back on its own eventually.
Did we pass through a middle level before?
You might have been on the middle level. You went up 100 feet to get to this level.
Gotcha. Kind of thought that. Okay. Well.
Wait for this elevator to be on the down cycle.
Waiting for a moment. Mechanical whirring and all that jazz. I'm gonna have to bring out another Alara because that one won't let me maneuver it around. Can't grab that one. Taking the elevator down descends another 100 feet to the room you were at before.
Well, I suggest we investigate those doors.
I guess there's more down here than we thought.
It's a big place. Heading back up to the hallway, you would notice bodies still lying about, pile of ash, one of them. Double doors in front of you. The doors where that was actually, I didn't get a chance to describe that room, but that is some sort of barracks within. You didn't do a big look around. Several small rooms as well. To the left. But you would see a long hallway eastward. And doors to the north. What are you guys doing? Lara goes up and opens that room to the northward. Inside, this rectangular room has two sets of double doors, one to the north and the other to the south, which you're coming into. A brazier, glowing hot coal standing in each corner. In the middle of the room, a low stone table on top of which is drawn an illustration that looks something like a map.
I'm going to take a good look at the map. Try to see what it's representing.
Sure. Looking at the map in detail, closer inspection shows that this is a pretty accurate depiction of the 10 towns and its environs. Mounted on top of a thin iron stand on the table looks to be a 6-inch tall dragon figurine carved out of chatelaine. And the figurine is attached to what looks like an iron rod to a groove carved into the table. Looks like the figurine could possibly move, and there is a lever on the western side of the table.
The figurine is it off to the side of the map, or is it indicating it's on the map?
It is on the map.
And where is it?
It is just kind of placed. It's not on the... It's just on the start of, like... It looks like there's, like, this weird grooves going throughout. It's not moved.
It's not
anywhere.
a accurate depiction of where it is currently.
No, not at the moment, no. But there is a lever on the side of the... on the side of the table.
Does this have something to do with controlling it?
You're uncertain.
It's like a toy that just moves about a map.
Yeah, looks like a toy that moves about a map. Like on a little track.
Hmm.
With several kind of intersecting areas, so it's hard to tell like a path if it would have one just by looking at it.
That's what I was gonna say. What was the path?
Does it skip over anywhere?
No.
Okay.
I'll flip the switch. See what it does.
As you pull the lever, you can see the dragon start moving about the map. First going to Dugan's Hole. Sits there for a moment. And then kind of motions over to Goodmead. And then East Haven. And then Caer Dineval, Caer Koenig. Flying next to Kelvin's Cairn. Hitting Tourmaline. Then Lonelywood. Then Bremen. Targos. Finally Bryn Shander. Or it looks like it's going to come back.
Big old circuit.
A big old circuit. As I can kind of show you a little image, I think, if it'll let me. They actually didn't have this one planned, but I can show it to you. I don't care. It's small. But that's kind of what it is. I wonder if I can do... Make a little handout. Yeah. And then you can click on that and it doesn't enlarge it anymore. But that's what it is. As you know a path that it's going on.
Counterclockwise through all the towns.
Mm-hmm.
It also doesn't look like it's hitting anything other than the towns.
Correct.
I don't know anything specific either.
It is an immaculate carving of this little dragon figurine of Chardolin.
It's not a very flexible plan, though. Like, what if plan changes and they wanted to go to a different town first? They have to rebuild this whole thing. Not very practical.
I
It-
doubt
it
this
looks like
item actually controls the dragon.
It looks like it can be altered if necessary. Like, there are grooves between the towns in other directions.
Guess we could find out. Fiddle with it and try to alter the path. Maybe cut it short.
You would have to take apart the table to
That's
to
too much
mess with the gears. You don't see anything magical about this or like controlling. It just
Not like-
seems
Not like
like
train switch.
yeah.
I can just click it over and it adjusts.
It's like a planning table. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just not as easy to
Right.
adjust the track path like a train switch.
Right.
Oh well, we have information. Not much we can do with it, but we have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll sketch down my journal. Is there anything else to note in this room?
No, this just seems like a very simple kind of like a war room, as it were. You know, everyone likes to put their little figurines on it.
No knife sticking out of a specific town.
No.
Hmm.
Alright. On the next room then.
Always
Yep.
still seems clear.
Always clear and quiet.
I don't hear any thoughts through the.
Give me a perception check.
18.
You don't hear any thoughts through the wall. Heavy stone doors.
I nod at Alara and Hector.
All right.
Opening the doors to this room. Braziers heaped with glowing hot coals heat this chamber. Pretty warm, one of the warmest chambers you've been in. Contains a large stone bed covered in soot-stained furs. Its head against the north wall. And a shallow niche above the bed is a relief of a giant scowling dwergar clenching its teeth. At the foot of the bed is a flat-topped iron trunk sealed with a bulky padlock. You do see a stone door set into the western wall.
Seems to be the room of some sort of leader.
That guy up top said that she doesn't leave very often, right?
Said she was the chef.
Well, said she oversaw food, yeah.
So shouldn't she be in the kitchen?
I don't
This is not the dining hall.
know. Should we return to the main hallway and see if the other doors lead to the kitchens?
There's a window over here at our door.
It's another door.
I will peek into that door. Peek in.
All right. Opening up the door. I don't know why they put two there. That's just one. You can see a closet, but inside is not clothes or anything. It seems to be converted into a shrine of sorts. On the south wall, you can kind of make out a sculpture of a nude female dwergar with no facial features and a spiked crown atop her bald head. Stacked on smaller shelves around the statuette, you notice 7 mind flayer skulls.
Can I check the skulls for a psi crystal?
Yeah, looking into the skulls, you don't notice anything of much. They've been flayed. They're bare mind flayer skulls, kept intact, almost like trophies.
Do I know who this deity or shrine would be to?
Give me a religion check. It is an immaculate statue.
19.
19. You're unfamiliar with this particular deity.
Yeah, whoever it is hates mind flayers.
The statuette is about 2 feet tall. Also made of chatelaine.
I'll sketch an image of it in my journal.
What are the rest of you guys doing?
Just watching the main hall. Kind of expecting something.
Nothing. It's quiet.
Looking at the shrine, very disturbed.
And kind of like the illithid skulls aren't like placed haphazardly. They have been placed there on purpose at the feet of the statue. Not broken though.
Hmm.
The statue is probably worth its weight in gold.
Yeah, it means it's heavy.
Mm-hmm.
If we are going to talk to this lady person, being caught in here doesn't seem like a very good idea.
As I'm leaving, I close the door to the shrine.
Okay. Leaving the plain, unornate bed and chest. That's all that's in there is a bed and a chest. Everything else is just like there's empty space and tons of braziers, letting a little bit of smoke inside. And light. What? Leaving the room alone, heading back to the hall. Still, bodies just lying there as you left them.
I see a big door down the hallway.
You do see a large door down the hall and looks like another hall going to the south. And then a little further, you would see another hall and, well, a couple more halls. Looks like it splits down the way. Inching down this hall, you can hear and start to smell the sound of smoke, that soot kind of burning. Not sure where it's coming from, but you definitely kind of start to see smoke start to fill the hall ever so lightly.
Move forward and try to find the scent of food.
Sure. Give me a perception check, trying to sniff out the foods. The 12. It's hard to discern between burning and food in this hallway here. It's just this incessant smoke smell. Doesn't really smell like meat.
Why do I think everything here is going to be overcooked?
Yeah, probably.
All right.
As you inch down to this door here, you can see a heavy iron portcullis to the south, open space below, and smoke filling the column. Not super thick, but still smoke as it seems open down and open up like a chimney. A little bit of light spreads up from below, but it is open. The portcullis is not, but there's no floor in there.
Hmm.
Spatially, does that line up with what we just walked around in the top floor?
Yes.
Okay. Which is why I could smell it a little bit
Mm-hmm.
on the top floor. So there's a shaft that goes from the top all the way to the bottom, which probably also lines up with the doors. that the dragon came out. Ugh.
That thing makes such a nice updraft.
As you open the door, north of you, you can see 3 braziers heaped with glowing hot coals illuminate and heat this long hallway. At the eastern end, which is in front of you, is a hexagonal stone table surrounded by 6 stone chairs. Seated in the chair facing the door is a haggard old Dwergar with long black hair streaked with ribbons of white and fingernails like shards of iron. She's devouring a hearty buffet of cooked meats, mushrooms, and strange, underdark fare. Lurking next to her is a small mechanical dragon made of shiny black substance. Hunched over a hot stove on the west side, you can see 3 Dwergar cooks. At the sight of you, they drop their utensils and reach for weapons. But the old Dwergar says something in Dwarvish. Do not worry, we can figure something out, as she raises her hand up. Gestures towards you. Please, come in.
Cautiously step into the room, keeping an eye on everything.
See this lady. Oh, have a seat, won't you? You can bring your friends. I do not bite much. I promise.
Okay. Play along and have a seat across the table from her.
Oh, please. Have something to eat. Maybe something to drink?
Hector looks back at the others almost like, a 5-year-old kid waiting for permission from the parents.
This little mechanical dragon flies up and lands on the table. Golden yellow eyes staring out.
Mhm.
Please, wouldn't you join me for dinner? We are going to have the main course. Intellect Devourer. Its brain body stewing in its own juices. Delicious. Pour them some ale. One of my own. The Musgart brew. And they pour like little vials, like almost like the tall shot glasses. One of them brings over a tray towards you all. Gives a nod, setting it at the tray at the table and stepping away. She'll take one. So, what do I have the pleasure of your company?
Hector's eyes grow wide when he looks at the ale.
And it's just this dark, thick liquid.
So he takes one, sniffs it, and he
It
takes a sip.
smells lightly of mushrooms. Taking a sip, it is the strongest ale you've ever had in your life. If you had more than a shot glass, you would probably be wrecked, or close to it. There's a chance you would be wrecked. She nods. Please, it won't hurt you. Been working on this family recipe for generations. Gestures towards Phineas Alar and Severage. Please sit at the table. Dinner is almost served. And they'll bring over some, like, a tray of, like, looks like stuffed button mushrooms, but with, like, it looks kind of like dirt on the inside, but wet, like mud. Ah, the mushrooms. One of my favorites. Again, I will ask, to what do I owe the pleasure of your company? Do not be shy, do not be coy. I can take it.
Did you open the front doors for us?
I did not. But I know who did.
Hmm.
A friend. Of a friend. One of mine, of course. I think.
You must understand we're quite concerned about what just left this fortress.
Oh. Yes. Zardarok has been quite focused on it intently for the last months. Seems like a lifetime.
You see, I think that you made a mistake by doing that. I'm kind of conflicted because the storyteller in me says to let you guys do what you want to do because that makes the best story of you are trying to expand your empire and then ultimately you're going to fail because we're going to bring back the light in around the 10 towns.
You point a lot of fingers, Birdman, saying you a lot. You think I am the one who released the dragon. I am the one who has designs on the 10 downs. I could care less about them.
I'm speaking in more in broader terms.
Also, you are assuming that I am with. Well, I may be, but it is not determined. We are not married yet. I do not think I would like to. Entertaining it for purposes. But no, I do not have designs on your 10 downs. I do not have cares about this Shardlin that Zardarok is obsessed with.
Seems anyone who knows anything about Charlatan is obsessed with it.
He even gave me a gift. This little dragonette. Cute.
And
I do not
perhaps,
see its purpose.
perhaps in time you too will be obsessed with Charlatan then.
I am not so easily swayed like the mind of one who is suspicious of everything.
Ultimately, we're here to try and prevent your people from making a mistake. If you want to help us, then help us.
Help. Given enough time, I could probably turn most of the fortress against Zardarok himself, but it would seem you do not have the time. I have a handful of those loyal to me, while the majority still lie with Zardarok. Help. You may get it. We will find out. What is your plan?
Old of you to pursue. We have one.
Just
Would
kind of.
confronting this Zardarok directly
Oh,
possibly stop the thing?
it would not stop the dragon, no. It is already on a pre-scheduled flight to reap destruction to your 10 towns, unfortunately. There
It
is
can't be called back.
there is no calling it back, no. It will go town to town. I do not know what they can muster, but I trust it will reap quite a destruction. One that I am not do not care for, but I also does not concern me. No.
So if Zardrock was out of the picture, you would be able to handle your people's morale and get them to leave the 10 towns alone?
As I told you, I have no designs for 10 towns. The surface is too fickle. You say you are working to bring light back. I do not care if it comes back or not. The snows cover most. We don't go too far.
Where would we find this Sardarak?
I do not know his current whereabouts. I am not his keeper. He had proposed an alliance between the Sunblights and the Musgart clan. I am merely entertaining it. I have not agreed to anything. Where he would be, probably in the forge in the lowest levels of the fortress. He likes to spend his time there, gazing at his works. He is a suspicious one. I think he is also capturing creatures of the Underdark, planning to unleash them upon Icewind Dale for whatever means. I think he even captured himself a myconoid sovereign and is currently reanimating corpses. That one I applaud him for. And eventually a big old pot is brought to you guys as you're discussing, and you can just see little bits of brain matter floating about, cut into nice slices. Thin layer of ash covering the pot. And Grandalfa starts kind of plating it up for you, passing it out. Please, this intellect devourer should not go to waste. They say you should break bread with those you do not aim to kill. She doesn't smile this entire time, but she does there's just like the constant upside down smile or a frown. Not always a frown, but her jawline doesn't change.
And surface thoughts during this conversation, she being truthful? Or is that something I gotta go deeper for?
To know truthful would be an insight check. Surface thoughts would be... They could prove useful. Oh, what intellect devourer my favorite. But you can give me an insight check.
Darn the sheep. 18.
18. She does seem to be telling the truth. She has no designs on the 10 towns, and it seems like she's just being quite honest and is not unpleased to see you.
I'll eat at the brain.
Yeah, Hector will chow down.
You would imagine this might be a very flavorful meal, but when ash is on anything, it just kind of, that flavor permeates. And while it's not disgusting, you just can't get that ash flavor out.
Hector's eaten worse.
Yeah, very true. I'm sure everyone has. It It's just this burnt flavor over top of everything, just because it's just little bits of ash from the braziers flitting about the room in here sticks to anything it can. She
So
doesn't seem to mind.
how do you propose we get close enough then? If he's surrounding himself with this undead army.
So, I do not know. Probably go down and kill him. I will not hinder your task here.
You said you're in an alliance with him. Are you able to call a meeting and maybe draw him to a more beneficial playground?
You think I have power over that madman? No. He does what he wants. If I did anything out of order, he would be suspicious. As he is already suspicious of even his captain of the guard. Anyone, even suspicious of his own sons. One of whom came back about a 10 day ago. I believe he spoke of you.
Oh, yeah, I remember him. So if you were going to assassinate him, how would you do it?
If I were going to do it, it would be with poison. But that typically does not work on us. It is not my strong suit to fight. If I were going to kill him, I would have him dead. Some way. Stabbing usually works. Beheadings.
So not much more of a plan than we have.
Crushings. No. I have not planned for his death. He would have seen it coming. Merely entertained the idea.
Then I guess we will descend.
Well, thank you very much for dinner.
Of course, it is not often we have guests of your stature here. Well, I think there are a couple below in the cells, but...
Have you ever heard of a man named Malverick?
She kind of rolls her eyes. What of him?
Have you heard how he's doing?
I think he is around here somewhere.
He didn't have anything to do with letting us in, did he?
I could not say.
Phineas nods. Bows. Heads out of the room with everybody. That's where we're going.
Good luck. And to this, she almost smiles.
Does this meal count as a short rest?
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, you guys can spend an hour there chowing down. Like, a lot of times she'll just be scarfing down food. It wouldn't be direct talking.
My sheet did all the stuff. Oh, it did all the stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, it did.
All
right.
Got stuff to do.
As you exit out into the hallway, bidding your goodbyes to Grandolpha. She continues eating, as it seems she has a dessert in mind. Mushrooms. They just raw mushroom. You would see a tray of raw mushrooms being brought to her that have this weird fungus growing out of them, like in strands. But you are missing dessert. There is not enough. I will eat it all. One of the attendants will shut the door behind you.
Hector will burp when he gets into the hallway.
this smoke-filled, semi-smoke-filled hallway.
Back to the elevator.
Down we go.
All right. As you head down the hall, back to the elevator. That's where we're gonna probably end tonight, I feel. I think that's a good segue. So we'll pick up there. As you can see, there are things brewing here, but not quite an ally in Grand Alpha, but possibly might have somewhat allies with your venture further. We'll find out. But thanks for watching, folks. We will pick up there next Saturday, or whatever day it is for you people in the world. We're going to pick up there next week with more of this Sunblight Fortress. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Later,
Bye.
taters.
Night, Internet.